As you guys know, with new games come change, and WWE 2K26 is right around the corner, and the biggest changes always start within the roster. We always talk about, oh my gosh, this is the biggest roster we've ever seen, but there's always those couple of guys that we're really missing because they're no longer in the WWE, so it's always a really nice situation to have more roster members and members we didn't have before, but it always sucks when we lose those guys that we really want to see back in the game. Now, thank you guys for watching the last vlog. Appreciate you guys supporting the content. Make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe. Let's go on ahead and get into 10 wrestlers that we know won't be in WWE 2K26 just based on releases and things that have happened thus far. Again, there's always a slight chance they might make it because the cuts, sometimes they work in our favor with the roster still having some of these wrestlers that we really think are way out of the loop, but they end up being in the game. Let's go on ahead and get into it. First guy, Andrade. This guy, man, I'm almost positive this guy won't be in WWE 2K26. I mean, everything that has happened, I mean, bro showed up on AEW one night when he really wasn't supposed to, according to the news sites and everybody else, man. I mean, that was a very odd situation. We still haven't seen Andrade since, aside from social media, so I just don't think this guy is going to be in 2K26. Probably just best for both parties to just kind of stay away from that. So Andrade, man, just to save themselves from whatever trouble that could come from it, I do not see him being in WWE 2K26. Second guy. The second guy is Carlito, who had a brief stint with the WWE. I must say, when he came back at Backlash in Puerto Rico, that was pretty freaking awesome, and I was really hoping that he'd do something in the WWE after being signed, but unfortunately, that was not the case. So that's one for me that I'm like, I wish that could have gone a little bit better, and it does suck that he's probably going to be out the game, especially after being DLC a year ago. Just sucks in my opinion, man, and I really hope that we do see him this year, but I really don't think so. He was released by the WWE, so it would make sense to not see him there, especially since he was released like a couple months back. It's more than enough time for him not to make the cut in 2K26. Cactus Jack, aka Mick Foley, Dude Love, aka Mick Foley. This is a tough one, man, because he has been in the game for a very long time. I mean, I can't remember the last time he wasn't in the game. Like, at least one of his versions were always in the game, but it does seem here on my end that Mick Foley has said he is done with the WWE due to their stance with the president and all that stuff. I'm not here to get political, just stating the facts, but it does look like here on my end he is not going to be in the game. And again, it's possible he could make the cut because we're in late December, mid-December, whatever you consider this at this point. And again, it is pretty late where, you can always cut somebody out. I mean, they did it with Brock Lesnar, right? But if he is somehow a part of a showcase, a part of something, then obviously I think he's probably going to be in the game, and it is what it's going to be, because he did say that this Legends contract does expire at some point and he's not going to sign another one, so it may just cover him through 2K26. So if he is in 2K26, which based on the comments he's made publicly, I think they may just cut ties with him all at once for now. Obviously, WWE, you just never say never with that company, but for now, I do have a feeling that he won't be in next year's game due to just the publicity of everything that has been going on considering Mick Foley and the WWE. So that's just my 2 cents, and that's the reason why I added him to the list. Cora Jade, unfortunately, she is no longer with WWE. It sucks. She has been in the game for, I believe, 2 years now, if I'm not mistaken, maybe 3, but she was fun to play with, in my opinion, and she was a fun character to have for the women's division. So I am a little bit bummed about that one, but unfortunately, she was cut as well in just the big releases that WWE has annually, unfortunately. So it does suck to see Cora Jade out the game, but I just don't think she will be in this year's game. That's one of those definite no's for me. So we're going to leave that one at that. Wes Lee. Now, this one bums me out even more, man. I hate the fact that Wes Lee was let go by the WWE. I think he has so much potential, man, but he's now in TNA. And again, this doesn't mean that he's out forever, right? I just don't think he's going to be in 2K26. Now, when you look, at TNA and what they're doing with the WWE, it's very possible that we may see Wes Lee back in his game like this. But as of right now, I don't think he's going to be in there. It's been a while since he's been cut, a couple months at least. So again, I think that there's enough time for these cuts that happen in real life to also happen in 2K as well. just my 2 cents with that one. Karrion Kross and Scarlet, I don't think there is any way that they get on there, and we're a little bit over halfway through this list, and a lot of these, you know, you may consider some of these that you don't know, maybe 50-50, but I think this is one where we're not going to get it all, man. I mean, Karrion Kross, Scarlet, they've been doing indie stuff. Shout out to them. I saw them at the Jersey Mall doing their thing, but I just don't think that Karrion Kross will be in WWE 2K26. So I know that there's a lot of Karrion Kross fans out there. Enjoy the character model while you have it, because for right now, I don't think he is going to be on there. Neither is Scarlet. Braun Strowman, this is always an odd one, bro, because he's been in the game, he's been out the game, he's been back in the game. But yes, he was released, and he was released a couple months ago as well. There's just no way this guy's in the game again. I just don't think so. If he does come back to the WWE, conversation for another day, but I don't think he will be in 2K26. Braun Strowman is a big cut. I really did like him because he never won any of my matches, but he always put over some of the guys that needed to be put over in my universe mode. You know what I'm saying? So again, like Braun Strowman, man, unfortunately he won't be in there. Very cool model, and I think they did a fantastic job with his model, but it's one of those things that are, again, unfortunate. So we won't be seeing Braun Strowman in my opinion, y'all. Blair Davenport, she made the game, I think, for the first time, like 2K24, if I'm not mistaken, and we are going to see her out the game just like that as well. And it might have been 25, if I'm not mistaken. Correct me if I'm wrong. Let me know down below in the comments if I'm right or wrong. Let me know what year. But unfortunately, she's out the game as well. And Blair was somebody that I always found to be a cool character in the women's division. So it definitely does suck that she's not going to be in the game, because she was always one of those characters that it's like, okay, cool, you know, you could do certain things with and just do fun stuff because of the way her character was and her entrance. She just had that aura in game. I cannot say in real life, but in game she has some aura. So it does suck to see her go, but it is what it is. Luke Gallows, Carl Anderson, I'm going to go on ahead and categorize that as one because it's a tag team. So it's a little bit more than 10, y'all, but again, it is what it is. You know, Luke Gallows, Carl Anderson, that is a tag team that was cut by WWE as well. I do not think that they are going to be in 2K26. Again, another one of those, you know, characters that was in the game, out the game, in the game, and now out the game again, likely so. So again, those are some characters that unfortunately we're probably going to miss, right? Again, some of these characters in here, you always use them to put somebody over. If you really like Luke Gallows and Carl Anderson, you're going to have them win your tag belts. But for me, they was always putting somebody over in my tag team division, guys. It just is what it is. But that's just one that, you know, I am definitely going to miss. And the possibilities of pairing them up with CM Punk or AJ Styles, that's some of the cool stuff as well that we are going to miss without those guys in the game. And lastly, Baron Corbin, that is one that, again, I'm not really going to miss too much. I can't really remember the last time I used Baron Corbin, to be honest, in the game, but I know some people will miss him. And again, it's unfortunate, man, because the more wrestlers we lose in the game, the roster, you know, it gets bigger, but it gets bigger through NXT stars and things like that. None of these main roster wrestlers, right? I named some NXT guys. I named The Legend. I named some roster guys. I mean, bro, we're all over the place in this one, but you know what? There are just more than 13 guys, women, what I named just now. There's more than that definitely leaving the game next year. We always have some wrestlers that, you know, get out the roster and then come back 3-4 years later as DLC. So that always happens as well, right? So again, I just want to go on ahead, highlight some of these wrestlers who I think are not going to be in WWE 2K26. Let's do this. I'm going to do a part 2. Name a wrestler down below in the comment section that you think will not be in WWE 2K26. Make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe if you guys have been enjoying the content. Make sure to stay tuned for more, y'all. I'm going to catch y'all. Peace.